woke up with a really sore neck. Oh, it hurts. And I'm just finding some things pretty interesting and reading some things. We all know what cyberbullying is. And if you don't, you can Google it. You know, hi, Daniel Berry Sports. He's got a brew sitting there, a great big one at that. Looks good, cold and frothy, frothy. And ADHD was in here earlier, and I appreciate you guys. But I'm going to read about cyberbullying tactics. Okay. Hello, thank you. Okay. Cyberbullying tactics. Posting comments or rumors about someone online that are mean, hurtful, or embarrassing. Okay? It can even be embarrassing, right? Hi, Yai. Hello. Hi, Flautaz. Hello. This is going to be a quick video, I believe. You came early? Thank you. It's going to be a quick video. I just did a 5-minute video on stalking, and it's also called erotomania if it has to do with, you know, a past significant other that starts to stalk. I'm pretty good. My neck is sore. I think I slept on it wrong, and I took 2 Tylenol hours ago, and yeah, so I'm not going to show my face today, but right now I'm reading about cyberbullying tactics. The reason I'm doing this is my good friend Team Rose / Radical Rose. No, my good friend is going through it. I've been through it in the past, Yai, with different creators and different people from their channels, the creators' channels, you know, chat. But I've overcome it pretty good, I think, and what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, with some things anyway. So, yeah, no, I'm fine. It's my friend, Radical Rose. If you type in at Radical Rose, I can't remember her numbers, she'll come up with a yellow sunflower, and she's discussing what she's going through. In fact, I will post her link in my thumbnail, so you guys can go check her out and see what she's going through by different people who profess to be her friends in the past, and are now gathering a mob mentality, and sending photos of her, threatening to pass them around to her neighbor. Hi, I'm Martin. Hello. So yeah, that's what this will be about. So cyberbullying tactics. Posting comments or rumors about someone online that are mean, hurtful, or embarrassing. Yeah, no, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm just not, my neck is kind of sore, and I'm actually, well, I sleep in leggings and a sweatshirt, so I mean, I guess I'm dressed, but not really, because, you know, it's what I slept in. Oh. So yeah, so we all know what cyberbullying is, but the tactics I found were interesting. We also have threatening to hurt someone or telling them to unalive themselves, posting a mean or hurtful picture or video, pretending to be someone else online in order to solicit or post personal or false information about someone else. Or telling people what to do. Yes, I'm Martin. The biggest one that stood out to me with all the clones these days and, people pretending to be other people, was this one, pretending to be someone else online in order to solicit or post personal or false information about someone else. Posting mean or hateful names. Yes, or even what to think. I'm Martin. Posting mean or hateful names, comments, or content about any race, religion, or ethnicity, or other personal characteristics online. Yes, where to go, who to be friends with, I think so. Creating a mean or hurtful web page about someone. Doxing, an abbreviated form of the word documents, is a form of online harassment used to exact revenge and to threaten and destroy the privacy of individuals by making their personal information public, including addresses, social security. Yes, or copying the entire profile of a real friend and pretending to be him. Yes, Flautez. Feel that, okay, what was this? Feel that when I'm a lamppost, I brighten up the world a little. From Daedro, 1888. Oh, that's nice. Thank you. So, the thing is, some of these people are repeatedly engaging with each other, so that's two-way reciprocal contact. Yeah, if it's constantly going on, but I do believe, because of what I've heard in the last 2 days anyway, maybe 3 days, of Rose saying, stop, just stop, 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 to certain names. Possibly at this point, but I don't know. I believe Rose would stop. But I don't know. I mean, I just don't know. So we've got harassment used to exact revenge and to threaten and destroy the privacy of individuals by making their personal information public, including addresses, social security, credit card, phone numbers, links to social media accounts, and other private data. Okay, so viral tactics. Because cyberbullying can happen in different ways, examples based on real-life experiences can provide a deeper understanding of the tactics typically used, along with other risk factors. Bullying can increase the risk for unaliving related behaviors. Furthermore, cyberbullying can be relentless, increasing the likelihood of anxiety and depression. Some states have chosen to prosecute young people who bully for criminal harassment, including encouraging someone to unalive themselves by SUICIDE. Some forms of cyberbullying are forms of harassment that cross the line into criminal activity. And I believe letters being sent, among other things, to her with her photos of her, naked body when she was dancing tastefully. I've seen it with that scarf, and her account was hacked into and then sent to someone, I believe, down south. And then the envelopes are spread out among other people, and they're mailed to her. 14 of them. We're not talking one, okay, or even 4. 14. And for some odd reason, they've stopped coming, I believe, or Rose would have shared that. So I wonder why. Okay, so Some tactics occur in dating relationships and can turn into interpersonal violence. The stories below are examples of different cyberbullying tactics that could happen. In reality, with the right interventions, cyberbullying can be addressed. By law, 2 or more contacts in a 14-day period. Okay, yeah, exactly, I'm Martin. Okay, in reality, with the right intervention, cyberbullying can be addressed positively to lessen harm and the negative outcomes that could result. When not addressed, cyberbullying can have long-term mental health effects. Cyberbullying and bullying can negatively impact the lives of all who are involved. Okay, the first one that's here is nude photo sharing. All right, that's one. Lies and false accusations. Hi, Buttercup Maria. Hi there. Okay, after nude photo sharing, these are cyberbullying tactics, and we're talking about viral ones right here. A group Okay, for example, and yeah, Maria G knows a lot about cyberbullying more than most because her daughter went through it horrifically. So, so a group of people got into trouble at school for being drunk and accused a girl who knew nothing about it of reporting them to school officials. They began texting her day and night and posted hateful, derogatory messages on social media. Other students saw their messages and joined in harassing the girl. Mob mentality, if you ask me. She was bullied constantly via text and in person at school. She eventually shut down her social media accounts and changed her phone number. Still, the bullying at school continued. Bullied for being economically challenged. Students posted mean, negative comments on another classmate's social media account, commenting on his clothes and sneakers, which were not the more expensive name brands most of them were wearing. They ridiculed him, calling him poor, and continued the bullying in school. The boy missed many days of school, trying to avoid the harassment and embarrassment. That's really sad. False identity profile, sometimes referred to as a sock puppet. Okay, I didn't even know that. I thought it was just a sock account. Sock puppet. Yeah, heartbreaking as a mom. You felt hopeless. Goodness gracious, Maria. You and Sharjo really been through it. A girl's classmate created a fake social media account in a boy's name and began an online relationship with her. Though she had not met him in person, the girl divulged personal information about herself and her family to this boy. The classmate who created the fake account then shared the personal information with other children who used it to bully, shame, and harass the girl. Okay, we see a ton of sock accounts on YouTube. I think they should be banned. Period. I think somehow they should be banned. I don't know. I mean, if everything else can be worked on, right, and changed, why can't this be changed? You know, kids use it in school and everything. Encouraging self-harm or unaliving yourself. A young boy with a physical disability and scars on his face was harassed on social media and via text by other students. No, they're not necessary, are they, Martin? They called him derogatory names, told him he'd be better off DEAD. They wrote, "Why don't you unalive yourself?" on his school locker and encouraged him to unalive himself. Oh my gosh, it just goes on and on. Another one, bullied for being gay. A teenage boy was openly gay, began receiving death threats via phone, text, social media for being gay. Students created an anti-gay social media group and harassed him, posting hateful messages about him. Yeah, it should make you angry. And honestly, it should make us all angry. Even people that don't know you, Maria G. You know? Jealousy bullying. Okay, and this is somewhat of what I think is going on with Rose, too. Um, Thank you, Buttercup Maria. I think people are somewhat jealous of Rose because, you know, she has different ideas, and there are many that watch her content. She has a friend that sends her beautiful roses all the time. And I think they're also kind of jealous because she can bounce back after quite a bit of this harassment. She doesn't just, she doesn't just hop in her car and drive 2 states away. She doesn't just um, curl up in a ball and think she's going to die. She doesn't drink herself into oblivion. She didn't restart smoking cigarettes, for one. And, you know, she's tried to take some responsibility for some of her actions, but she's literally asked for people to stop and leave her alone, and they don't. Okay. Then we've got doxing over online gaming. A teenage boy posted comments on a public gaming forum expressing his dislike of certain game features and tactics. Another user disagreed with him in the forum, then searched for the boy's information online and posted his address, email address, social media links in another comment. The boy then received multiple emails and messages from strangers threatening to come to his home and assault him and to block him from games. I have told my son to be careful of what he says on these gaming things, even though they're his friends. Every now and then, well, it's not very often at all, months will go by, but sometimes his closer friend might just, bring in somebody and say, "Oh, this guy's really nice and I like him," and blah, blah, blah. But to be part of a group, you want to agree all the time. Yeah, okay, yeah, even if you don't even know what's going on with this other person. So, in fact, there's a situation, without saying names, a very close friend of my son's that even used to live at this apartment complex, um, when he was 18, um, used to be friends with someone else that used to do drugs who had stopped for, I think it was a few months or something, maybe longer. And I told him, I said, you need to be really careful. And this person put up, cameras for him to help keep him safe. So now this person that is apparently doing drugs again knows that his ex-friend has cameras and whatnot. They have since been taken down, but this person got kicked out of where he was living, and a new family is there, and Parker's best friend has befriended this family. And now for over a year, it just started this past summer. This person is, sitting in his truck and staring at him, and actually screamed the first time and said, "Get in, get in, get in." And I don't know why, but Parker's best friend literally went up to the truck and he said, "Get in, just get in." And he was freaking out. And I told Parker's friend when I heard this, you very well could be a goner if you had gotten in that truck. He didn't. And then after that, a little bit later on, the cops were getting involved because of stalking. And this person now, my son's best friend, he's, I think, 32 or something like that. He's just a few years older than my son. But then when I was doing a live the other night, I got a text from my son, and it said that they're looking for this person because he went up to this home now and threatened to unalive everybody in the house. So it's like going from bad to worse. And I distinctly remember when this person started using some, drugs again, I said to Parker's friend, I said, you've got to be really careful. And frankly, I was right, because now he's going through all this stuff because he's not friends with him anymore. Yeah. So I told Parker, don't get involved. Don't agree with anybody if it's brought up on the online gaming thing. Yes, I'm Martin. Very good point. It just faded out again, but I've missed a little bit in the chat. Let me read this. Okay. Okay, so Buttercup Maria says the bullying leads to self-harming and is really traumatizing on her young body. She was only 12 when that happened. Wow, that is young. And 12 when it really got bad. Same thing, sock account /puppet. I'm thankful she told me before it was too late, says Buttercup Maria. Yes, and Buttercup Maria has done lives. I think you have anyway, or at least one, on some of the bullying, and you have shorts. And I don't know if it's in Facebook or on your shorts or highlights or what, but didn't you post, or she posted, the horrible things that were said to her by these people at her school? And they were all of the things that I had mentioned on here, except probably saying they were drunk, but telling her to go hurt herself and all these things. I'm so glad she's such a strong young lady. Like, she's stronger than she even knows. So yeah, I think just accept being blocked or whatever, says I'm Martin. Just the, Maria G, would you, Buttercup Maria, would you put in the disclaimer, since I read off this iPad? Just the act of introduction of any stress into someone's life is a form of attack. Rose is multi-talented. That's funny. Like it up, bathtubers. Says I'm Martin. That's so. Oh, are you saying that because I said the Chinese boats, at least some of them, I mean, are the size of like bathtubs, the wooden ones? That's so funny. I would love to be able to play the piano like Rose. Yeah, I forgot she could play piano. She had mentioned that, or somebody did just recently. Now they're reviewing a short video that Rose about Lionel. There's no need to do that. It's not their fight. I mean, yeah. I mean, and Lionel admitted on his one of his lives, I think it was his latest live, an hour and something long. I play him on 2 times the speed so I can get through and see what's going on. He admits that he doesn't always stop. Like there's acceptance and there's stopping. It was the one about acceptance, and he said, I either don't like to stop or I don't want to stop or I don't stop. Like he admitted it. So he's not gonna stop sort of being a part of it in some way, you know? But then he'll also do lives on love, compassion, and forgiveness, and read parts of the Bible. And um, I think it's important for all of us to use critical thinking when we decide upon any course of action. Without that, it's just arrogance, says I'm Martin. Yes. And Flautez came in to say hello, as we know. Oh my gosh, Buttercup Maria. She started self-harming at 9. Wow. The screenshots are still on my community post. You have to scroll down for that. Okay. Yeah. The messages from the girls were sent to my daughter on Christmas Day. Oh my gosh. Unbelievable. Thank you, Buttercup Maria, for putting the disclaimer in. I mean, I read them. You sent them to me or whatever, and it's horrifying. It's horrifying. I'm not even going to repeat on what was said because it's that horrifying. So I'm peeking at this. They were disgusting. Yes. Okay, so here we go. There's actually a site on Talk to Your Child about being a bystander to cyberbullying. Well, guess what? All right? This can apply to adults. Okay? Having conversations with children. Okay? And I'm going to add, and with adults, about cyberbullying and digital behavior is not a one-time event. It is an ongoing dialogue. And in my mind, an ongoing problem which needs to be addressed ongoingly. Begin talking about these issues before your children or adults delve into the world of texting, social media, and chat rooms. There you go. Help these children and adults reflect on real and potential cyberbullying situations and provide ongoing opportunities to practice kind ways to respond. Doing so can support the transition from being a passive bystander to being allies who serve as powerful role models for others. And frankly, that's what we are. Maria G definitely is a powerful role model for others. And I certainly am. Okay, I've been through the bullying with my kids and whatnot, and somebody wrote in a comment, I can't remember who, that I felt it was good that the bullying was happening, the cyberbullying or something. And what I meant by that, if you look deeper into my comment, is if it's all out in the open like this, do you know what I mean? Then maybe it's a good thing because maybe we'll talk about it more. And then this person was bothered that I brought up the bullying that happened to my daughter and my son. So, I mean, you can't just talk about one part of it. Now, okay, if you think your child or your adult friend is witnessing cyberbullying, there are things that you can encourage them to do and not do, such as, all right, and you all know who you are, I'm not going to say names, do not participate. That's what it says here. This is what you're not supposed to do. Or no, this is what you are supposed to do. Do not participate. Encourage children / adults not to like, share, or comment on information that has been posted about someone, and do not forward a hurtful text to others. Not participating may limit the potential damage of the messages to others and to themselves. This is why I did a live 4 days ago or something on mob mentality, because that's what this has turned into against Rose. Do not retaliate or respond negatively. If a child or adult feels they must respond, encourage a calm, clear, and constructive response. Angry and aggressive reactions can make a bad situation worse. Encourage children and adults, and it actually says adults here in parentheses, to step away from the device so they do not resort to blaming, shaming, or retaliation. This provides time to get calm and centered so they can create a response that makes it clear that others' digital behaviors are hurtful and acceptable. Oh, Lord, almost every time. Okay. All right. I'm going to say that one again. Do not retaliate or respond negatively, and do not participate. It literally says here, encourage children, and then a parenthesis, and adults with an exclamation point even, and another parenthesis, to step away from the device so they do not resort to blaming, shaming, or retaliation. This provides time to get calm and centered so they can create a response that makes it clear that others' digital behaviors are hurtful and unacceptable. Good Lord. Now, respond privately to the person who created the hurtful message. If they feel safe doing so, it may be helpful to follow up with the person who created or shared. Yes, backing out of the method helped you, says I'm Martin, in his situation. Yeah, I mean, I backed up. Rose is being blamed constantly for, you know, I'll just say letter D. Letter D's, you know, feeling like or whatever. I'll just say hurting herself. And because I'm friends with Rose now, and I had just stated I'm even on Messenger with her, I knew people would go after me. So for 3 days, I didn't even go live. My communication was nothing. And that's what, you know, can be communication, is saying nothing. In fact, silence can be very, very deafening at times. And they blamed you too, Maria. Yes, I saw that too. So if you feel safe in doing so, it may be helpful to follow up with the person who created or shared the hurtful message privately, either online or in a phone call or in person. Doing so can make it clear they do not support the negative actions. It also provides an opportunity to authentically share concerns about the behavior and what might be behind it. So, what I'm going to say about that, the problem with that, of what I've seen, is so many people are sharing these emails. So, you know what I mean? They're certainly not private, and a lot of the messages are hurtful. And I'm saying that, like, that's how it is with a lot of people. And this is where, if you're a creator and you want to use it for content, this email nonsense is beyond me, says I'm Martin. It is. It just keeps stoking the fire. I mean, I want things to quit for Rose, you know, and anyone else that's out there on the internet. But I don't know how many times I have to say it. It takes 2 or more for this, or no, when there's 2 people involved, just 2, it takes one of them to stop with that said person. When you've got all, oh, interesting. I read your comment, Max Smith. Yeah. So, okay, so then we've got follow up with the person who was targeted. By reaching out, a child or adult can send a powerful message that they care about the person and they do not support the negative behaviors. Okay, well, that's what many of us are trying to do with Rose, Maria G, and me. And I don't know if Martin has reached out to Rose or if they communicate. You know, we know Stiggy does. Possibly some of the other people that are in her channel are reaching out, letting her know they do not support the negative behaviors. And if needed, this connection can also provide an opportunity to assist the person in finding help related to the cyberbullying situation. So that was under establishing rules. And there's actually a site called stopbullying.gov. Because bullying is bullying, right? There's the internet kind, cyberbullying. There's the other kind at schools and whatnot. I was never bullied in school, thankfully. Um, Unless you call one time this guy that thought he was the cat's meow, um, said in front of everybody in class, Megan is a priss. And I was in high school, and I don't think it was my senior year. It might have been my sophomore year. And I instantly just said, yeah, you're right. And he didn't know what to say. He didn't know what to say because I agreed with him. I'll never forget that day. Yes, correct. I'm not a fake emailer at I'm Martin. So you guys, this is kind of enough because I need to make dinner. It's getting closer. I thank you all for being here. I thank everybody that's okay, the people that were in the bushes earlier, and the ones now that you're not in the bushes. Where are you? I'm still watching Survivor. You're up. Let's see, where are you? You're sitting on the beautiful sands of Micronesia. I had never heard of that country, you guys. It's literally spelled Micronesia, and it's a tropical island out there. I don't even know what it's near. I should probably look it up. But anyway, you're on the beautiful sands with the cute little crabs. They have the cutest crabs. They have like white crabs and red crabs, and they're just really cute. I never thought crabs were so cute, but when you see them walking up close with the footage they have, it's just too cute. But one thing that really grossed me out, and they were getting a feast. Okay, these are the people that are diehard fans of Survivor, got to be on this show. I think it's episode 15. And some of the people in the past episodes that came close to winning, like Ozzy, who can swim like a fish, and that big strapping, good-looking African American guy named James. That I guess he's still a gravedigger. It's like a year later, and some other people. One guy was tethered to another person, and they had to go through this wooden maze really fast, dodging under things, and his leg rammed into the wood, and it cut deep enough for stitches. But anyway, it ended up getting infected, and you could see the white pus pooling and everything. And he had to quit the game. He had to literally quit the game, and he was crying, this grown man, because he really was happy to be there and didn't want to leave. But she said if he wasn't medevaced to the hospital, um, he could possibly, because it was already infected, lose part of his leg. Yeah. So he listened to her, and I'm really glad. And then another one, a woman that constantly got picked to go to Exile Island. Like, I don't know why they do that. They do it over and over again, but then that gives the person a chance to see the clue 1 and clue 2 for the immunity. I don't get it. But, you're over there by yourself. Or no, this one, you got to invite someone. That's right. So, from the other team, even. So, it's very interesting. And I could see now why Dolly Vision is kind of doing teams and kind of team kind of thing on his Turtle Island. I heard about it. So, yeah, so this woman said she was trying to get some kind of sign asking her daughter for help. It sounded like her daughter was maybe a teenager and she couldn't feel her being that far away. She couldn't feel her, she couldn't sense her. She couldn't she just felt way too far away from family, and it was at that moment she decided, besides all of the headaches and heartache and physical aches and starving and everything, she wanted to leave. And so Jeff Probst literally came on shore, sat down by her, and was really nice to her. And reminded her of how far she's gotten, but, basically said, okay, grab your stuff. And there was a boat there, and she left. So, but what I saw when they had their feast for winning some kind of challenge were cooked bats, you guys. Flippin' cooked bats. I saw the teeth. I saw the black wings. Oh my God. And I mean, they didn't even look cooked. Like when you take a crab and it looks so alive and then it's cooked. That and the fish I can handle. The chopping off of the heads and putting lobster in boiling water on one, all of that. Chasing the chicken and I know it's going to be killed. Shaylin, thankfully for me, and she doesn't enjoy watching it either, or I don't think she'd be quite so willing. Forwards, way past over all that food stuff. But in Micronesia, they eat bats. They eat them. Why? It's just gross. Oh my God. Anyway, thank you for being here. I'm going to make some dinner. Yeah, so the people aren't in the bushes. They're on the sand with the little cute white and dark red crabs. And the bushes is just boring anymore. And because I'm addicted to Survivor and watching every single episode with my daughter after dinner, I'm going to do that. So I wanted to get some videos out. Max Smith says the nasty accusation is being leveled at Sierra. Interesting timing. Very interesting. Yeah, I mean, it's really true. But I know Lionel is kind of going after her because they've had kind of, for the past few months, sort of an ongoing disagreement, problem, whatever it is. Okay. My Martin has crabs. So cute. I'm supposedly a crab. I am the sign of the crab, and I am a Cancer. I'm Martin says, I just gave you crabs. Oh, that's pretty funny. 6 of them. Yowza. And then all those funny laugh emojis with the green face, all squinkled or scrinkled. Are those words? Something with the red lips laughing. Oh, she just said you had crabs. Oh my God. You guys are so funny. All right. Well, I'm going to go now. Thanks for everyone being here. I hope people don't just listen to this, whoever listens to my videos, but they think about what I'm saying, what is being said, what has been written, what is out there, because this is for help, and what the tactics are for cyberbullying, because this is a very prominent, disgusting problem. And we each can do our part in having it stop. I mean, think about that. Each and every one of us, whether you copy emails, whether you go in other people's chats under sock accounts and pretend to be other people and try to disgrace that creator or even other people in the chat. No matter what it is, if you're a part of it, you know deep down inside. And if you're not, kudos to you. Love you guys.